Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I'm a 32-year-old cashless, zero-based budgeter and stuffer. And today we're going to be stuffing my 5th DoorDash paycheck of May. We have a whopping $54 to work with today. So let's just go ahead, dive on into my variable expenses. So we skip buffer. Crochet by Jamie, we unfortunately did not make enough money to stuff anything into this week. But I did have enough to cover my purchase that I made. Gas, we are going to be giving $5 whole. So in gas, we currently have 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 90. And I might be going out to Indiana this week, but driving a rental car, so I won't have to pay for gas. It's for work, so I will use my work credit card to pay for gas there. Groceries, we're going to be giving a 5 as well. So we have 10, 20, 5, 27. I will need to do some meal prep probably this week. It depends on if I do go to Indiana or not. I want to say 4 or 5 meals left. So we'll see how that goes. Prescriptions, my dad picked up my prescriptions while I was in Las Vegas, so I did not need to pay for them, so I do not need to stuff any money in there. Spending, we are going to be giving its normal $5. I did spend some out of here, but it's fine. That's what it's there for. So we have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 27 in spending. Cool beans. It's plumping up nicely. And then the final envelope in variable expenses is sweet treats. This is for snacks that I buy while I'm door dashing. I did not spend any money while door dashing, so we do not need to go ahead and stuff anything in there. Right. Moving into my high priority binder. Unfortunately, these are going to be pretty low amounts just because I don't have a lot of money this week, but hopefully next week or this week will be better with door dashing, and I will get more money. I'm hopeful that today is Memorial Day, so I'm hopeful that people will be more likely to DoorDash things today than they were yesterday. I don't know how likely that is, given that people are probably at like barbecues and cookouts, but we'll see. So we should have $536 in car costs now. So we have, excuse me, ma'am, 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 70, 90, 510, 520, 530, 536. Perfect. My cats have been extra needy ever since I got home from Vegas. It's been almost a week since I got back, and I was only gone for like 6 days, but they're not over it. All right, in debt payoff, we're going to be adding $10, so we'll go ahead, color in a circle. Get that 10 on in there. And we should have 80 in here. So we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80. Perfect. I did go over budget when I went to Vegas. I went over by, I want to say $200. So I did put it on a credit card. I put all my transactions on a credit card just because I didn't trust the vendors, honestly. It's always a good idea to use a credit card instead of a debit card, because then you can dispute the transactions if anything fraudulent is to happen. But I went $200 over budget, and then I actually bought my tickets for EDC next year already, which is good because it's sold out. So I will have to pay that back. In festivals, speaking of EDC for next year, we're going to be adding $1. They do have 2 other festivals planned for this year, but they are not until September. So we do have some time. So currently, we should have 1636 in here. 1,000, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 56, 10, 20, 30, 5, 36. Perfect. And I am not unstuffing this yet. If you didn't watch my budget with me, I had some damage to my roof back in March, and then I had additional damage to my roof in April. However, the area that was on the claim, the initial claim, is not the same as the area that was damaged in the second storm. So I had to file a second claim. I might have to pay a second deductible, so I'm waiting to see if I need to pay an extra $1,000 before I pull this money to pay back my credit card, because if I need $1,000, the only envelope I have it in is festivals. So I would take it from there and then just work on paying back my credit card over the next months to year. Hopefully it won't take that long, but you know, we'll see. All right, gifts is going to be getting $1. So we should have 67 in here now. Yeah, 55, 65, 67. Perfect. And also, since EDC is over, I will likely be not door dashing as hard as I have been in the past, just to like give myself a break, because I don't love doing it. It's hard and it's tiring and it's hard on my car. We're adding $5 to taxes, and I would honestly rather have more of a like social life. But you know, I got to do what I got to do. So we'll see how my income goes. I'm hoping to still make like $200 to $300 a week. But I'm not really aiming for that $400 to $500 anymore, but we'll see how it goes. So in taxes, we should have 310. So we have 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 75, 85, 90. Why am I? 1, 2, 20, 40, 60, 80, 5, 95, 100, 300, 5, 10. I think they just stuck together. 310 is what I should have, is what I do have. All right. My festivals in September will also be a lot cheaper than the ones in in EDC, partially because it's not in Vegas, and partially because I'm camping, so I don't have to pay for a hotel or anything. I don't have to pay for gas to get out there, and then food and drinks while I'm there. But because I'm also camping, I'll be bringing a cooler of food and drinks with me, so it shouldn't be too bad. All right, we should have $85 in travel, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 85. And I'm going next weekend to Florida with one of my best friends, so I was hoping to get like $50 stuffed in there this week, but it didn't happen, unfortunately. Alrighty, so that is it for my high priority binder. Move into my low priority binder. And I am not going to be counting any of these until we do my next condensing, likely at the end of the month, but you know, we'll see how it goes. We're just going to be throwing $1 into every envelope. So Body Mods gets $1. Electronics gets $1. Sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking against the desk. Fitness will be getting $1. I did register for a race in September, actually the week after I get back from my second festival, Lost Lands. This is how I feel and sound a week out from getting back from a festival, so I hope that I feel and sound better come end of September. Because 2 festivals in a month. Well, we'll see. Shindigs and Shenanigans gets $1. And shopping is stuff based on my weight loss. I go for my, for stuff in this envelope, I go $2 per pound, or $5 per pound from Sunday to Sunday. I was not here on last Sunday. So I don't have like a starting point. So I don't have an actual number for how much weight I lost, or gained, or stayed the same. So we are not stuffing it this week. Alrighty. And then finally, my long-term savings. So we will start with 52 cats, which is my version of the 52-week challenge. You're going to be adding $6 in here. So let's color in that $6 cat real quick. And we will add 5 and 6. We're not going to count this until my condensing, but we do know that when this is done, it'll have 1378 in it. And I will use that for most likely predominantly festivals, probably also a little bit in car costs and debt payoff. But I would like to be better prepared for EDC next year, now that I have an idea of how much it will actually cost. I don't know why I pulled this money out. I'm not counting it, so we'll just put that back in there. And we'll add the $1 to cats. Home Improvement is going to be getting $1. I really need to probably start stuffing this more, given that I've had 2 claims on my roof in the past 2 months, but yeah, it is what it is. Medical is going to be getting $1. Month Ahead will be getting $1. Roundup is getting that 64 cents. So I'm going to erase this tracker. Let me do that real quick. At least this is a water. Oh, interesting. This is a wet erase marker, so it should just come right off. But I guess because I've already used alcohol on it, the surface of the laminate is damaged. Let me write this number down, 25643. So let me just go ahead and use a little bit of alcohol to take off the rest of that. Luckily, I have an ancient bottle of rubbing alcohol from back when I worked at Kmart in this room. There we go. I took it right off. Just dry it off real quick. And then that was 513. We had 25643. So today we are adding 64 cents, and that will be 257.07. So we're not going to get to color in a bubble, but we do have to add $1. So we should have 257 in here. So we have 1, 50, 70, 90, 210, 220, no, 230, 250, 5, 6, and 7, 257. Perfect. And I obviously didn't do a cash unstuffing last week, so my unstuffing this week will be for 2 weeks. I just did that because one, because I wasn't here. And 2, because I didn't spend any money on my debit card. I spent everything on my credit card, so the only thing that would have been done was adding the money from my big girl paycheck that I allocate into this account. And I wasn't going to have a video for, honestly, like 30 seconds. So I'm just going to add those 2 together, and we will have a nice amount to add to the roundup this week. My final envelope is wedding, stuffed based on my relationship status. I am currently single, so that gets $1. And that is going to be it. We are all out of money. We added money to every envelope except for some of my variable expenses, which is the goal. And that is going to be it for this week. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I will see you in my next video.